Hello everyone and welcome to episode 50 of the Real World Draft series here on the channel using TEW 2020 here at the CWA, as wanted to have a different change of where we were going to start with this video just because I didn't want to give away what's going on. There's a lot of, things happening. Obviously we have our tournament, and that is the big, there is just the tournament is happening at this Hart Memorial Cup Classic because it is a giant card. Obviously 16 of some of the very best in the CWA are competing for the Hart Memorial Cup Classic here, as the winner of this will, if it's, depending on who it is, if it's Pac, maybe he'll have to pick his challenger, but whoever wins this will take on Pac, presumably, whoever the champion is at Cold Fury, which will end out this series. As this is a big time moment. We got some of the very best going at it here. Just kind of the intro for this, showcasing the 16 people, showing the brackets and whatnot. Obviously, it's going to be a bit interesting because there's 5 people who had a first round bye. So there's a lot going on here. But just wanted to make sure that we want to start the video here at this point, so we didn't give away anything. As what is going to be Sami Zayn taking on Chris Hero gets a little change thanks to The Miz and Morrison jumping Sami Zayn in the parking lot, as they throw him into a car, they fucking put him in a dumpster. They're doing everything they can to really take him out, as just kind of is told, thanks to Christian Tony Schiavone calling the action here for this show, saying that Sami Zayn was taken out from Miz and Morrison. They're showing the footage there, and they're kind of talking over it. That's Bret Hart has said that there is a replacement for Sami Zayn, so that match will be taking place next, and it's going to be whoever Bret Hart has chosen as Sami Zayn's replacement to take on Chris Hero, which is Claudio Castagnoli. We got Claudio taking on Chris Hero, the Kings of Wrestling, as a shocked, Chris Hero. It's just when he's seeing Claudio show up on the ramp at Rogers Place here, 18,000 strong, to see the Kings of Wrestling battle it out here in this first round matchup first round matchup. There's 3 first round matchups on this show. It's Chris Hero, now Claudio Castagnoli instead of Sami Zayn. As Claudio gets the win, he wins with a neutralizer in 9:41. Now we got Claudio in the CWA. Pretty awesome. Like, we need any more talent in this fucking roster. It's Rey Fenix and Brock Lesnar. So what happens is, actually, that was supposed to be Rey Fenix. I don't know how the fuck that got fucked up. That's great. Great. Fantastic. We have what's supposed to be an F5 from Brock Lesnar, setting up for the F5. Rey Fenix rolls up Brock Lesnar out of the F5 positioning. Hooks him in for a deep cradle for the 1-2-3. A shocking upset is supposed to be. I don't know why. I just hate TW sometimes. I feel like the way when I click it, it just fucks it up, and it just, Phoenix is supposed to win now, so I'll just kind of skip through that, because Phoenix wins there, don't mind that, as Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega, the last first round matchup. This is, what a match. Goes 19 minutes, as the ghost of Adam Cole appears. Adam Cole ruining Kenny Omega's chance. He's setting up for the V-trigger, he's got the, does the taunt, it looks like he's about to pull the trigger, and Adam Cole appears on the ramp, and Kenny Omega looking like he's seen a ghost, obviously playing off of him getting killed on BTE, and just kind of shocked Kenny Omega, and they have exchanged words. They don't, interact as far as physical interaction. Bryan Danielson gets back up to his feet, running knee strike, as Omega turns around to maybe, to see what's going on with Bryan, runs into the running knee strike, pins him 1-2-3 at 19 minutes. So just a little fun little finish. So actually, the original plan for Adam Cole's debut was going to be, he was going to be the 4th guy in the Dungeon Wars match to take them on. But turned out that he was not ready to compete. His contract hadn't started. It was like 2 days before it was going to be active. So couldn't have that opportunity happen. That would have been awesome as the 4th guy in the Dungeon Wars match for, what was going to be Young Bucks and basically the Golden Elite taking on No Mercy, which then we were going to figure it out, but instead Adam Cole had to wait here, wait till this next event. I wanted him to be debuting in an event. So now we got Claudio and Adam Cole debuting on this card. Pretty nuts. I mean, that's a hell of a match too. Obviously, a dream match happening in the first round. Then the next match, I was gonna cage match this to see if this has happened. One-on-one Kevin Steen, Brody Lee, because I was just kind of thinking that they really probably never crossed paths against each other. As I'm going to assume this is the first time meeting one-on-one. Maybe it hasn't though, because I feel like it just seems like that match has never happened before. But it had to have. Let's just while we're here, I'll just kind of do a little Google search because I'm just like, there's no way. If it had to have happened, it had to have been obviously Brody Lee as Kevin Owens, but still, that's fucking crazy. And of course, Google's not wanting to work when I need it to work. God damn it. All right, well, I'm just gonna assume this is the first time meeting. If not, hey, is what it is. But Brody Lee, the big effort getting the win with the discus lariat. I mean, he had an awesome match. Just a match that seemed like it'd been fucking awesome to do. As Claudio now taking on Sasha Banks, the champion, the women's champion. Sasha Banks getting her first interaction against the man, it now being Claudio. And Claudio, even though it gets outperformed, gets the win thanks to interference from Charlotte Flair. We have a run-in from Charlotte Flair, who's debuting as well, taking out the women's champion, as Sasha was looking for the little bank statement maybe. Charlotte Flair, is a basically, yeah, going for the bank statement. Sasha Banks on Claudio. Claudio, using that raw strength to kind of power her into the buckle, but then ends up being a ref bump. Let's just kind of see who's the ref just to be. So, Bryce is in the corner, gets laid out by it. And in comes Charlotte, she jumps the rail, fucking lays out Sasha, and it's just like, oh shit, now we have our third debut of the night with Charlotte Flair joining the fray as, my God, now we have setting up Sasha and Charlotte for what will be the last event for the CWA, at least for this series. So that's going to be fun. So we set that up too for that, and then there's interaction finally, and it kind of having the angle taking place to where Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, the queen, Charlotte Flair, is here to challenge the boss as this fucking Pac and Rey Fenix. Pac gets through in 20 minutes with the Black Arrow. Yeah, I mean, obviously this has been fucking awesome. They could team, they could face each other, like, it'd just be awesome either way. But Pac and Rey Fenix, it goes 20 minutes with Pac getting the win. Obviously the champion figured he was going to get his first win of the tournament, taking out Phoenix. Phoenix gets the upset win over Brock Lesnar, but then he loses to Pac. And then Bryan Danielson taking on Roderick Strong, goes 20 minutes. So he's wrestled 40 minutes now already, has Bryan Danielson. And this is, I want to say that's the best match so far we've ever done in the CWAs. It's 85, it's Bryan Danielson getting the win with the yes lock. It's wins by pinfall. That's not how the yes lock works. By submission. Yes lock getting the win. It's 81 for Bryan Danielson, 67 for Roderick Strong. So yeah, that's, they have their history. Bryan and Roderick, they've teamed. It was the 91-minute match in Ring of Honor. They had their history. So the graphic going into now, the dyslexic shows up, but the A and the P should be flipped. As you have now Pac is going to take on Brody Lee going in the semifinals, and now Bryan Danielson is going to take on Claudio on the other side of the semifinals. So we got down to 4 wrestlers now. We got 3 matches left. That's just kind of where we're at on the graphic wise. The Big Effin' Rig gets the win. So we have interference on Blood Generation. We had Shima and Ricky Doy and Roderick Strong. There's a point where there's a kick out, and kind of Pac is frustrated with the ref, and it looks like there's maybe going to be, Pac's going to lay out the ref. Which, well, let's see who's the ref for this. As it is, oh my God, Brett's the ref. That shouldn't be the case, but I guess we'll have, we'll let it be here. As Brett gets laid out with a big boot from Brody, as Pac is in Brett's face. Pac sees it coming, gets out of the way, but Brody lays him out, and then out comes Blood Generation, as everyone's hitting their finish on him. Got a Meteora into the Roddy sick kick, and Ricky Doyle comes in afterwards. It just looks like a Dragon Gate, combination where just everybody's hitting their finish at once. Looking for the black arrow, hits it, blood generation. Get the ref back up. I guess it's Brett. It shouldn't be Brett, but it's, Brett comes in, gets woken up after getting laid out with the big boot. Goes for the cover, 1-2, kick out. Then we have, Brody getting back up to his feet, kind of shaking off the cobwebs. Pac's, still pissed. He's trying to everything he can to take out Brody Lee. Pac is going for something. Gets caught with a discus lariat, though, a couple of minutes later. And gets covered for the 1-2-3. As Brody Lee pins the heavyweight champion in Pac, and is now going on to the finals of the Stewart Memorial Cup Classic. As Bryan Danielson takes on Claudio Castagnoli. Bryan Danielson gets the win in 18 minutes with the running knee strike. So he has wrestled. It's a 19-minute match, 20-minute match, and 18 minutes. So he's almost at 60 minutes of in-ring action here. As we go into the finals, we're going right into it. Brody Lee's wasting no time. Comes out right after the 3 count and just bull rushes Bryan Danielson. And it's an awkward foul. Fucking god damn it. Brody Lee getting the win in the 56. As it's a 10-minute match. They've wrestled, Bryan's wrestled at 60 minutes at this point. Basically 70 now with this match. As just aghast Bryan Danielson trying everything he can. Fucking goes to that running knee strike, but at this point, Brody Lee just absorbs it. Because Bryan, it's a running knee strike, but it's maybe at like 50%. Just from his stamina and whatnot. It's not the same type of velocity. So he just kind of ricochets off Brody Lee's chest. Brody picks him back up. Just a regular lariat, with kind of like a burning lariat. Holds him back of his head, then into the discus lariat for the 1-2-3. And your winner, the Stewart Memorial Cup Classic here of just the Stewart Memorial Cup, is Brody Lee, and he will take on Pac for the championship. That sucks. I was not expecting Brody and Bryan to not do great as far as. I mean, that was the worst match besides Brock and Phoenix. That just sucks. That's tough. I mean, Bryan and Roderick, though, 85. I mean, that was a hell of a match. And Brody's matches were really good up until that point. He had a 70 with Kevin, had a 73 with Pac, and then, Claudio kind of. It was a bit of a gamble going with Claudio because I figured his stats would be pretty good. Turns out they really weren't. I mean, he was in the 50s. He got outperformed by Sasha, remember that. And then, obviously Bryan getting the win, at least that made sense. But that just sucks. We were hoping for a good main event, but it's the way it goes. We'll give some love to Brody, though. And we'll give some love to, Bryan and Pac as well. Just kind of put those guys over. But we got 3 debuts. Hell of a night for Claudio Castagnoli coming in and making it to the semifinals. And you had Adam Cole costing maybe Kenny Omega the match against Bryan Danielson. Then you had Charlotte Flair. And Sasha's been saying that she has no competition in the CWA women's division. That she might have met her match now with Charlotte Flair. As that's just kind of where we're going. And now we just have I think 5 episodes now of this series. Episode 50 is in the books. Now we march towards our final event, our final pay-per-view, our swan songs, if you will. Let's see how much. We have 27 days left for Cold Fury. Will be our final show. It's been wild. It will be basically a year by the time we get to that point of this series. As then we will put this series in the rear view mirror. It will be over, as we will end out the series. Hopefully on a positive note, but it's kind of funny now that Bryan and Roderick Strong just leaps and bounds ahead of the best match that we've ever had. But now we'll go on to the next Stampede, the fallout from the Stewart Memorial Cup Classic show. We'll catch you guys next time for more CWA Real World Draft action. Take care, everyone.